give us, I guess, an introduction of what we're going to be talking about. So today we have our guest speaker, Keyuna Faye Webster from Empowerment for the Powerless, and she is the founder and CEO of Love Yana Outreach Incorporated. So I'm going to turn over the table to you, and thank you for joining us, and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me today. I am Keyuna Faye Webster, Empowerment for the Powerless. And we're going to talk a little bit about domestic violence. So where would y'all like to start? Would you like to hear more about my story, or do you want to hear, know the signs? Where would you like to start?
I think, I personally would like to hear your story, and then we could go into the signs.
Great. Okay, well, I am a survivor of domestic violence, physical, and what's called narcissistic abuse. I'm going to need y'all to write that down, okay? We're going to talk about that a little later. Just ended up in the wrong relationships, and it can happen to anyone when you don't know what you are dealing with or what you're faced with, which is someone called the narcissist. So I was in a physically abusive relationship for about almost 7 years. And there were many instances. There was an instance where I was spit on, hit, hot iron placed to my face. There was an instance where I was kicked, stomped, beat over the head with an iron. Within this 6-year period, it was probably about 6 or 7 physical incidents, but it shouldn't have been any. The first time was after the honeymoon stage is over, or the love bombing stage. I was standing in my bedroom with a 9mm to my head. And I should have left then. But, when you're dealing with what's called the narcissist, they just spin it, until I'm sorry, I never do that again. He started to cry, and I was his everything. I was his world. I meant everything to him, but yet you would put a gun to my head, and my child is in the other room. So from that, fast forward a few years pass, and that relationship is over. I'm healed. I'm on my way and minding my business, and tragedy strike. I lose my best friend, and depression set in. I didn't know, you never know. You always know you don't want to lose people, but you never know how each loss will affect you emotionally and mentally. And it affected me really, really bad. So I was very depressed and found myself in another relationship, which was not physical. It was purely narcissistic abuse. And I didn't understand what was going on. All I know is that I was just being attacked verbally, emotionally, any way he could hurt me and try to tear me down and cut me low, he would. And so I began to study, and that's when I started to realize and find out about the narcissist. So when I look back over my life, I've been playing the narcissist game all along. So what I say to anybody is, if you can spot the narc, save your heart, because that's just where I would love to educate and empower and inspire others to pay attention to the people that you're meeting and you're dating. Pay attention to where they come from, how they were raised, how they were brought up, what their beliefs are. Is very important, so you don't find yourself in that situation. Because I couldn't figure out how I kept getting in the same situation with the same type of person. And then I was jokingly talking about this a couple of weeks ago, and I forgot that when I was 15, my oldest child, her dad, he beat me up. And I forgot about that. My cousin reminded me about that. So, and he's a narcissist. So I had to rewind to figure out what I had been dealing with my entire life. So basically, narcissistic abuse, it is the epitome of domestic violence. It is a slowly dehumanizing, purposeful soul rape. From the control to everything else is purposeful. And it's meant to keep you down so they feel empowered. So let's talk a little bit about that. Did y'all write that down like I told y'all? Narcissistic abuse. The narcissist, I want y'all to write that down. And I want y'all to study that. So, the narcissist, and they prey on, I'm not going to say the weak because they prey on strong people as well. But people that have a caring heart, which are called empaths, people that carry a lot of empathy, they easily empathize with other people, and who will put themselves on the back burner basically to help someone else. And so that's where the narcissists get their supply. So basically they jump from relationship to relationship, in search of narcissistic supply. So that's how, like the video we just watched, she was so just a sweet girl, and he knew that, and he took control of that. Whereas the friend who she was talking to, he wouldn't have been able to do that with her, because she may have fought back or what have you. Y'all have any questions before I keep going?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So, narcissistic personality disorder, it is a mental illness. There is no cure for it. And a lot of times we stay in volatile relationships because we think we can help. I thought I could help. I thought I could help this person grow and become a better person because I grew and I became a better person. But you can't. All you will do is waste days, weeks, months, years trying to change someone who's not willing to change. They're okay with who they are. There is no help for them. They will always be who they are. So the best thing you can do is exit that situation as fast as possible. But there are many red flags when you meet them. You'll know it if you just pay attention to the signs. And anytime anybody is aggressive and seems controlling over you, you need to do your best to get away from that situation. It's not a healthy situation. And domestic violence is very prominent from the ages of 18 to 24. So that was a perfect example. That video was a perfect example of basically where it starts. 1 in 4 women will be affected by domestic violence in their lifetime. So if it's me and 3 other people at the table, that's 4 women. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. Now, a lot of times I can be sitting at the table with 3 other women, and 3 of us have been a victim of domestic violence or survivors of domestic violence. So domestic violence has really become an epidemic. And until we stop being silent about it and start to speak out about the things that we're dealing with and we're going through, that's the only way we're going to eradicate domestic violence. So that's why I teach so much on narcissistic abuse now, because if you can spot the narc, you can save your heart. You won't even get to that point of physical abuse because you already know what you're dealing with from the beginning, and you'll be able to move away from that situation. Anybody that's trying to move into a relationship real fast, like, what, hold on. You need to get to know this person again. You need to know where they're from, what their background is, what are their beliefs? Because everybody wasn't raised on love. Some people were raised on survival. And that play a big part in how they treat other people. And how they treat other people. So it's very important to know those things. You're dealing with somebody, and narcissists they have a very, very, sensitive ego. Is very easily bruised. Anytime they feel attacked or feel like you may have embarrassed them or hurt their feelings, they go into what's called a narcissistic rage, because you have caused what's called a narcissistic injury to a very fragile ego. So they go into a narcissistic rage in order to deflect all accountability off of them. They make you feel crazy, gaslight you, gaslighting, basically, you're so dramatic, you're crazy, something is wrong with you, you're too sensitive, no, it's not me, it's you, what about me? You know, all of those are forms of gaslighting. And it's basically, their whole game is to break you down so they feel validated. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, so that's basically, you know, I love to teach from that perspective now, because that makes the difference too. We get to the point until we can eradicate domestic violence. We have to speak out about the things that, and if you know somebody, like, just say one of your friends started dating this guy or what have you, they love to isolate their victims. And all of a sudden, you know, you and this friend, y'all used to hang out every Friday night, every Saturday, and, you know, weeks are going by since she's gotten in this new relationship, and, you know, just after a while, you just don't talk to her anymore. She's not showing up, you know, for y'all normal outings, weekly outings or what have you. It's best to check in on that person, because they could have gotten into a situation. And then if the situation went really, really fast, you know, all of a sudden they meet this person, next thing you know, oh, we're in a relationship. I'm not saying that it's just totally, it can't happen, but at the same time, we have to just really pay attention again to where people come from, how they were raised, and what their belief system is. And just watch how they treat other people. Watch how they handle, you know, situations. And, you know, college is it's a very, it's one of the times that it's very easy to get in the wrong relationship, just like that girl that we saw on the video. So it can happen. And a lot of times, you know, you can say what you will and won't do, but you won't know what you will do until you're put in that situation. And so we can't, a lot of times, you know, we say, oh, girl, I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that. But you don't know how you will react to a situation you've never been in. And so it's very important that if we do have a friend or somebody who comes to us and talks to us and tell us that they may be going through something, I don't care if they come and talk to you 10, 50, 11 times. You listen to them. Don't turn your back on them. Oh, girl, she just keeps talking to me about the same thing, but she won't leave him. If it was that easy, she would. Just like the girl in the video. She thinks she loves him because she thinks that he loves her, but he doesn't, because he doesn't love himself. The narcissists, they can't love. They're incapable of loving. And when we're talking about a narcissistic man, I always say there's no love in the heart of a man that has never felt any. And they show it. You can't change them. They'll ruin you trying to change them. And if you're in love with somebody and loving them is hurting you, that's not a good situation. And yes, I have been in those situations, because guess what? I was uneducated. I absolutely did not know. And when I got to a point where I realized that everything that happened to me was done purposely to hurt me, it really bothered me. Like, I cried because I couldn't fathom the thought of somebody actually hurting another person to make themselves feel good. You know how evil that sounds? Like, I couldn't imagine that. But that is what happens. So we have to really pay attention to our friends, because sometimes, you know, we know our friends. I have friends that are just, you know, I'm the strong one, and I got caught up a couple times. So imagine our friends that's not the one that has the real big heart. So we just have to pay attention to those things and speak out about things and talk to our friends. You know, women can be narcissists too. And a lot of times what I found lately is that the women that have been in these relationships, some of them are so broken to a point that they just end up going on through life hurting other people because they've been hurt.
Ms. Webster, 1 second. Okay, so I think the Zoom link. Oh, wait. I thought it was gonna cut off because it was a countdown, but I think it was fine.
Okay.
Okay. Jay, are we good?
Yeah.
It still says less than a minute, but
okay.
If anything, rejoin really quick. Yeah, we can just rejoin the same link. I'm not sure if it's gonna cut off. I didn't want to cut it.
Okay.
Yeah, so if it does cut off, you can just click back on the link.
Okay.
And it should be fine.
Okay.
But okay.
No problem. So far so good. Any questions?
Well, okay. So what would you? What are some resources that you have? I guess for someone in the situation, where do you think they should go? Who do you think they should talk to?
There are several organizations in Atlanta that there's a domestic violence hotline, definitely, that can be called, and there are several organizations. I mean, Love Young Outreach is an organization that, you know, you can reach out to. I've sent gas money, food money, you know, whatever they need to get where they need to go. Yep, we did. I lost them. Hey, Facebook. How y'all doing? Who all over here? How y'all doing? I'm on with Clark, Atlanta. Talking about domestic violence. And the narcissist. I got the narcissist on here. Okay, I think that okay, well, that meeting ended. Okay, I'm gonna talk to y'all for a little while. So they figure that out. Who is this up here? Who is that? Hey, y'all. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? No, I don't mind, Miss Sheila. Go right ahead. Hey, friend. Hey, Monique. Hey, Renee. Hey, Miss Edna. Somebody in my door. Y'all, hold on. I'm sorry. Boo! Boo! Y'all, he gonna get me for calling him Bug on this live. Hey, Miss Morris. Hey, Mr. Graham. Is that a Mr.? Hey, Nick. Hey, sis. What's going on, girl? Lisa. Gwen. I love you too, Miss Edna. Yeah, my baby. He up there with his door closed. He ain't listening to me. Hold on, y'all. Y'all got any questions about narcissistic abuse? Y'all ask me some questions. Because I just talk.
Hello.
Bug. I think Amazon just put a package at the front door. Can you come and get it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I almost had passed out over here.
Oh, okay. You look like you was asleep. All right, bye.
All right.
I'm on live. Bye. Okay, y'all. We're going back on. Well, I'm waiting anyway. Hey, y'all.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay. Hey. Okay. We were talking about. Wait.
Okay. We waiting on somebody else?
No, we're good. Okay. So
Okay.
we're talking about, I guess the resources as far as finding some place to go, and I like the domestic violence hotline.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, there are several organizations in Atlanta. You knocked my light off. Several organizations in Atlanta, but definitely that hotline would be is available. So narcissists are pathological liars, master manipulators, and professional victims. And like I said, when I look back over my life, it wasn't just the relationships I was in that bothered me. It was some relationships with friends as well. Some friends along the way. People that just mistreat you and treat you wrong. You just don't even understand it. I still have a bad habit. Even now at 41, I'll befriend someone and don't even know that their intentions are really to, get what they can get from me and move on, or, try to be connected to me because of who I'm connected to, or, you just never know. You just never know. And, when you're meeting a narcissist, they have their mask on. So, like in the video, that's who she was in love with, who he showed her in the beginning. But that's not who he really was. Let me see.
Yes, how do you feel like your experience has, shaped you into the person that you are, or the woman that you are today?
Oh, Lord. Let me tell you something. That last relationship that I had, that narc-ship, we're going to call it a narc-ship, wasn't a relationship. I thank God for that relationship, because that relationship opened up this whole thing right here. It let me know, because when you're in that type of situation, it's like something just ripping you apart and you don't even know what it is. And so I started Googling, and I started to educate myself. And one thing a narcissist hates is an educated empath. And I'm a super empath. I'm saved, but not this way. I give them a run for their money. So, that's it. So, the reason, you have people that won't leave the relationship is because they're trauma bonded. And the trauma bond is basically just what you think is love, and every time they come back and say they're sorry and, love bomb you all over again, the trauma bond keeps you trying to get back to that feeling. You just want to feel good. I saw a post where it said, don't go back to heal in the same place that you got sick in. And that's what happens in an abusive relationship. You keep going back to feel better than you feel than the pain that you're feeling. Or you're just gonna feel the pain all over again. It's just heartbreak after heartbreak. So, yeah. Y'all have any questions? Can y'all see me?
Yes.
Okay. I've been able to educate, inspire, uplift other people, and help food, clothing, gas, whatever has been needed or required. And we're just always happy to help. We do Christmas. We do toys for Christmas. We always do a Christmas event to help single parents or mothers of domestic violence that can't get it together for Christmas. Just always trying to help, play a part in the community.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do you have any next steps for someone who's like trying to heal or recover from like any kind of how do I put it, like a bad situation in terms of a relationship?
Yes. You have to go no contact. It is imperative for you to go no contact. If you don't have any children with them, you have to go no contact. Every day of no contact, you heal. You start to find yourself. So that's very important. Anybody else? You had a question?
Wait, me?
Oh, yeah, because I'm looking at you.
No, I kind of asked all my questions.
Okay.
What should be our biggest takeaway? I wasn't here the whole time. So
Oh, you weren't?
Yes, I just joined not too long ago, so I don't really know the whole story. So, like, what would be, like, your biggest takeaway? I'm sure that this is work that you're definitely passionate about. So, like, or you probably even lived. So, like, what do you
Oh, definitely lived it. But the takeaway should be is just to know that, for one, you don't have to be in a relationship. And you definitely don't have to be in a relationship with someone who's not going to treat you well. And I understand that, as women or young women, we want, a companion, but it's just not something you have to rush into, especially if you find yourself in a situation with someone who's mistreating you. And if you are in a situation with someone who's mistreating you and you're afraid to leave, you make an exit plan. Because a lot of times when you're leaving, that's when they will go off the deep end, and you never know which one you got until, you're faced with that moment. And they may have never hit you before. But then when you're getting ready to go, all of a sudden, they're trying to, want to shoot you or stab you or, so you just never know. So it's best to make an exit plan if you don't know what you're dealing with. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. And then, pay attention to your friends, listen to your friends. If you have a friend that's willing to confide in you about a situation that they're going through, be supportive. Don't ever tell them, oh girl, you stupid or this and this. And all you'll do is push them away. You're not helping them by doing that. So, yeah. So, together, it takes all of us to eradicate domestic violence. And it's just by being a voice, speaking for those that are not willing to speak, at this time.
Okay. Oh, Auntie, you have something to say?
Oh, okay. So I guess just the one last thing I wanted to ask was, what advice would you have for someone who's been through like domestic violence and now like they find hardship to just trust somebody in a relationship because of that past?
Woo, that's a good one. So I'm single. I just know that I just can't allow, I just can't go through anything else like that. Just take your time. Take your time. Really take your time and get to know a person. I mean, what are we rushing for? Especially at y'all age. There's no need to rush. Y'all are beautiful. And, love yourself. Once you fall madly in love with yourself, you'll be able to find someone who will definitely match your energy, that deserves to be in your life. But don't accept less from nobody. Don't lower your standards for anybody. I don't care what kind of dream they said. Don't buy it. But just fall madly in love with yourself. And once you do that, I promise you'll be all right. I guarantee it.
Okay, so what I was gonna ask, I basically like most people, like I guess in the video, the girl, she didn't want to tell her friend basically.
Mm-hmm.
So like as far as like coming out and like sharing your story, how was it for you sharing your story with maybe like your family or your friends? Like, do you feel like they were supportive? Were they not supportive? Like, I guess how was it coming out for you?
When
like,
I
how was that?
first told my friends what I had been through in the physical situation, you know, because I was different in that situation. You know, I was isolated from a lot of people, and you know, when I did get to do stuff or whatever, you know, I was just different. And they were like, you know, I heard a lot of, that couldn't be me, or you crazy. This, you know, it was a whole lot of that. And like literally when I left there, I wanted to go and burn his apartment down. Like I felt like I needed revenge. I was just angry, like, cause they had, I was stupid for taking that. Like really? And so it was a whole situation, but don't listen to all of that. You know, those people, you just cannot listen to those type of things. When you're trying to come out and tell someone, and if you get that kind of response, they're going to shut down. Cause I shut down plenty of times. Plenty of times. I remember one of my friends, you know, she noticed that my face was bruised, and I'm dark skinned. She noticed that my face was bruised. And, of course I lied. I denied it. Just like the girl in the video, she told her, you know, I didn't fall on the table. I told her I ran into the door. That's the biggest I'm getting beat up lie in the world. I ran into the door. And I don't drink. So, of course, that friend, she didn't believe me because she like, you ran into the door. But yeah, so you know, those are the kind of, and pay attention. I'm a nosy friend too. I'm looking. You know, you got a bruise. I remember I was looking at one of my friends on a I think we was on FaceTime, and I was like, what happened to your face? And she was changing her tire, and the tire blew up or something, and hit her in the face. Now, that's what she told me. And so we talked, but she said it wasn't anything like that going on. So I was like, okay. So I asked questions. And so what was the other part of the question? Because I forgot.
Well, I guess you kind of... Wait, I don't even know. I guess how did your friends react, and then what is the point?
Yeah.
Like,
not really disappointed. Just like, now, this one time, I don't know if my friend, because I'm on Facebook Live, so I don't know if she on here, but one time, girl, listen, I went over to my friend's house, and I laid across the bed, and she knew something was wrong with me. Like, she knew. And she was like, what's wrong? And I think I just started crying. Girl, she hopped up, went in that closet, got the 12 gauge shotgun. Now, we about to lose our kids at this point. Cause we got 4 kids in the backseat. And the only reason we not in jail today, he wasn't there. He had left. And so, like, yeah, she was not having it. It's crazy. Like, it's so funny. But yeah, the only reason we're not in jail today is because he was not there. And I thank God for that so many times, because she was gonna light him up. Like, she was pissed because she already, she just knew, like, but yeah. So that was that friend. That was that ride or die. She was coming. And so a lot of times you don't want to say anything to your friends when you're in it, because once you tell your friends and family something, and then you go back, your friends and family still mad. So it's a lot of times why they won't tell, but I just know the signs, so much now, to the point where, sometimes people don't even want to talk to me. Because they be talking to me and I be like, will you meet them? Oh. He's like, I'm just listening. Oh, okay. So where he from? What he do? That's your boyfriend? Like, I'm just asking questions. How long y'all been knowing each other? And I can look on social media. I'm talking about, I just be all in it. Like, pictures don't mean anything to me because I was smiling in pictures too. And didn't even want to get out the car when I got home. So, and you post a lot of pictures when you're lying. You post a whole lot of pictures when you lying. Cause really, you're really not trying to even deceive the world. You're really trying to make yourself believe that this is real. Yeah, we happy, we having a good day, and abusers have good days, but it don't change the fact that they're an abuser. Everybody have good days sometimes. Good people have bad days. So, next question.
I'm not sure if anybody else has any questions.
Okay.
Do you guys have any questions? No? Okay. No. Okay, so thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Good day to come talk to us. This is a very informative session. Took a lot of notes.
You did. I love to see notes. I like notes. Oh, girl.
Yes.
I like notes. And so you wrote down narcissistic abuse.
Yes.
Narcissistic sociopaths.
Okay.
Narcissistic personality disorder.
That I didn't catch. You said narcissistic abuse is something. You said something about soul weight, but I want to.
Okay. Narcissistic abuse. It is the epitome of domestic violence. It is a slowly dehumanizing, purposeful soul rape. It's meant to break you down. It's meant to tear you apart. And they do it on purpose. And they have fun doing it. When you're crying, they're laughing.
Okay, that was the one.
I remember one time I was crying so hard. That man said, I'm trying to get some sleep. You don't have to go in there with that. Huh? My heart over here bleeding. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad to come and speak with y'all today. Listen, y'all are beautiful. You have your whole life ahead of you. Focus on them books. And everything else will fall in place, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like a social media page or something?
Yes, it is Keyuna Faye Webster on Facebook. Keyuna Faye Webster on Instagram. I think I have a Twitter. Yeah, Keyuna Faye Webster on Twitter. I'm on there, but I'm not on there. And my website is www.loveyuna.org. And I have a book coming out and a podcast, The Real Survival of Domestic Violence.
Okay, one more question.
Thank you.
If you wanted to, can we make a donation to your organization?
Yes, through the website you can.
Okay. So thank you again for coming out and taking time out your day.
You're more than welcome. Bye, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Bye. Hey, y'all. Hey. Hey, Cass. Hey, Janice. Hey, Tasha. Hey, Kaylis. All right, y'all. Didn't mean no with. Y'all got any questions? Somebody was knocking at my door. Y'all, hold on. Somebody was at my door. Hey, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I thought somebody was something. Y'all, we talking about narcissists. Domestic violence. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I'll be back on live again tomorrow with another health chat with Miss Jean. Just it's hard for me to talk about domestic violence now without talking about the narcissist, because man, it'll save you a whole lot of time and energy, a whole lot of it. Narcissistic personality disorder, I mean, it's a mental illness, and it's nothing. It can't be cured. You can't do enough to help a person that has decided that abusing you is what they're gonna do. So, yeah. So y'all know, y'all can inbox me if need be. I'll be answering my inbox. Can y'all see me well on I'm using the Android. I was using my iPhone for the Zoom. Can y'all see me good? Android be tripping sometimes. But so why is it hard to leave an abusive relationship, man? It's a crazy vicious cycle, basically, because you're dealing with a pathological liar, a master manipulator, and a professional victim who were at one point wearing a mask. They were never who they pretended to be. And and pay attention to your friends and stuff too. Like, I can't stress that enough. You have a friend that you talking to all the time, 1 minute, and then the next minute when there's a dude involved, they just fall off the face of the earth. Just pay attention to people around you, family, because people be going through it, and I know I was. I was going through it and pretending that, everything was okay. I kept the jokes coming. I'm working on my first book, my first personal book. I am a 2-time author already, 2-time collaborating author. I don't even post that I'm an author. Sometimes I forget that I even have stories published in books. One is Bounce Back on Purpose, and the other is a 365-day devotional. I did both of those collaborations last year in 2019. I'm gonna post that. I gotta find the stuff. I don't know where the stuff is, but I'm gonna post that. But I'm working on my personal book. It's a 2-part book. And the first one is a Black Diamond in the Rough, where that's when I was in the trenches, that thing called childhood. Sometimes I be like, you can't wait to get grown. Everybody probably said that when they was a child. I can't wait to get grown. But me being grown has served me well. It has served me well. I was able to take my life and do what I needed to do with it, and be the person I needed to be to get out of some of those things that I went through as a child. Along the way, you know, it's hard for everybody sometimes. So, yeah. So my book is coming out. A Black Diamond in the Rough. It's a 2-part book. The second book, I don't know if I want to tell y'all name yet. I'm gearing up for the podcast. Thanks, Bill. We talking about narcissistic abuse today. So I'm gearing up for the podcast. The real survivors of domestic violence. I know I don't have on my little shirt, but I put on Love You on the Outreach shirt today. It's my nonprofit organization, Love You on the Outreach. We support individuals and families affected by domestic violence. But yeah, you know, I've been through some stuff this year. Lost my mom. Then 3 months later, lost my grandmother, my dad's mom. But, you know, through it all, every morning I tell myself, you know, you got to run on in the house. Because I know that's what my grandmother would say to me. So I get up and I run on. But, you know, other than that, I'm in a good place in my life. Like, I'm in a good place. You know, I wish my mama was still here with me, but, you know, we don't get to dictate God's plans. I still have my days. I'm probably gonna have plenty more of them. But another thing, let me talk about that a little bit. First, I'm gonna apologize to anybody that ever lost their mama and I didn't say the right thing to you, because people just don't know what to say to you when you lost your mama. And honestly, it's just best not to say anything if you don't know. If you don't know that pain. It's hard to, you know, say, you know, you say you lost your mom and somebody tell you they lost their cousin. I'm so sorry you lost your cousin. I really am sorry you lost your cousin. But that pain does not compare to me losing my mama. Like, so I apologize to anybody I said the wrong thing to that lost their mom. No, I mean, I probably just didn't say nothing, or just said I was praying for you. But yeah, because it hit different when it shoot. It hit real different when it shoot. So, yeah, so losing my mother was by far one of the hardest things I had to go through this year in life, really, because I had to plan that funeral and do all that stuff myself. Like, imagine writing your mama obituary. Like, so we're gonna move on, because I ain't gonna cry on this camera. So we're gonna skip that conversation right now. I'm still not strong enough to go all the way through that conversation. So but yeah, y'all just beware of people. Pay attention to people and how they move around you. And the one thing about me, I'll befriend anybody. I'm still like that. Love on people. And, you know, people be having a whole motive against you the whole time. It's something they want from you. They trying to gain. And I'm really not dumb to it. I'm really not. But, you know, I don't know. Just pay attention to people, because, oh my goodness. But yeah. And ladies, y'all get off these social dating sites. Right now. You do not need to be on a social dating site. At least if you're going to be on there, I tell y'all what. I'm not going to tell y'all to delete y'all social dating profiles. I ain't going to tell y'all to delete it. But I'm going to tell you to go on there right now and delete delete your whole biography that you done put out there. You put your autobiography out there. Don't do that. Go and delete that. I ain't gonna tell you to delete your, you want to be scrolling and, I had a profile one time. It was really entertaining because I was like, nope. But, it's just not worth it. The people that prey on that, on social media, period. I hate dudes getting in my inbox. Yeah, I'm saying that out loud. I hate dudes getting in my inbox. Cause I be laughing. I'm gonna tell y'all now, I be laughing. Cause I'm like, here he go. You got the right plan, but you got the wrong one. I'm not going for it. Nah. And then you be seeing these people in person. Then they jump in your inbox. You couldn't talk to me when you saw me in person? That don't make sense to me. That do not make sense to me at all. So, yeah, I gotta go call my cousin back. Cuz, I'm finna call you. Yeah. And open up some of these packages Amazon just dropped off while I was on this live. See what I done ordered. I got my Christmas tree, y'all. It's so pretty. I'm gonna put it up. I don't know where I'm putting it up for real. But okay. Yeah, I'm about to go. What else I want to say to y'all? I told y'all don't have to delete y'all. I want y'all to delete them though. Friend, I do want them deleted, friend. I want them to delete them profiles. But if y'all not gonna delete them profiles, at least delete all that information talking about you want a big house. Cause they just gonna sell you a dream. They just gonna tell you what you wrote on your profile. They just gonna tell you that. They gonna tell you what you wrote in your little thing. So, and another thing, I know every woman want to walk down the aisle one day. And I know somebody will say, yeah, you can talk because you've been married. What do you mean? I wish I wouldn't have did it. I should have walked back the other way, up the aisle. I shouldn't even went down there. I told my uncle when we were going down there, I won't go. Your worth is not measured by a man getting on one knee asking you to be his wife. Your worth is, I promise you, you worth more. Listen, this whole little part right here, y'all see this, this whole part right here. The next time, if I get married again, this whole part right here gonna have to be covered from there to there. Okay? Yeah. Yep. Your worth is not measured by a man getting on one knee asking you to be his wife. It's just not. It's just not. And please don't come. I can't stand it. And I understand everybody have an end goal. But just first thing folks, I'm gonna make you my wife. Please go on with that. I'm good. I did that one time. And I'm gonna get married again. Yeah, I'm gonna get married again. I just know better. In a lot of areas. I want to help other women know better in a lot of areas as well. Yep. What that better right? Can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. It's all right to be a little sweet. Yeah, let me get off here. I gotta go call my cuz. Cuz, I'm finna call you. And me and my cousin was discussing this, like, your worth really not connected to a man getting down on one knee. Like, I be seeing all type of stuff, like, concentrate on being a wife, and, that ain't, every woman don't get up in the morning and say, let me do this so I can, look like I'm wife material. No. But then it's something, I guess, I don't know. You got serious codependent issues, or you just can't be by yourself. You just can't be by yourself. You just got to be with somebody. You just got to have somebody. Enjoy life. Life is fun. Life, it has its ups and downs. Don't I know it? But a lot of times I get upset because I wish I had known all the things that I know now back then. But it is what it is. So, all right. I got to go. I'm going to call my cousin for real. Y'all, goodbye.